Hi guys, this is Siana and my friends, amigos y amigas. This message is for you. To all CEOs of life, CEOs of household, CEOs of the really amazing dream life. Have you heard about the phrase, more than you can handle? I bet you do. I even can bet that you use it often. And when we use that phrase, I think a lot of us think that this is a Bible verse because it's more like God will never give you more than you can handle. And you kind of have that comfort in that phrase or idiom. But guys, I thought that was coming from the Bible. For real. I was in the wrong. We always have this misinterpretation of cliches or idioms that we think come from the Bible. I thought it came from the Bible. But no, it's not even taught or teach by the Bible. It is an actual misinterpretation of 1 Corinthians 10:13, which is not exactly in the Bible either. Like I told you, it's not. God will never give you more than you can handle. Well, this phrase is usually meant to offer comfort during time of grief, health issues, tragedy, or general life problems, suffering, roadblocks. And people think this is really come from God, come from, the prophets. That was like a aha moment verse. The Bible passage is specifically about resisting temptation and the urge to sin, not about avoiding suffering and overwhelming life trials. It's more for temptations. And this is where the relatable story comes, guys. I know for many of us, we're losing jobs right and left. I got laid off. My due date's coming soon. My husband just got laid off. His due date is at the end of this month. Mine is a little bit later, but both have lost our financial freedom, financial security, and we have lost our job. And I bet you are just like me and my husband. Maybe just like me and my husband, we are just start looking for new jobs, new opportunity, new roles, and the best next things in my life, in my husband's life, for our family dynamic, but has not arrived yet. Guys, I had applied and applied and applied. My husband has not started yet because he just got the news this past Monday. It's a fresh out of the oven news. So the heavy cross of disappointment, heavy cross of email rejections, even the heavy cross of not even having a friendly thank you email after you're applying for a job, that's like a slap in your face, guys. And it's sinking in my life. And I know my husband is going to go through this pretty soon because his laid off date is August 31st. Mine, at least at the end of this year, has some time to find another job, which that's a blessing, and thank you, Lord. And guys, the reality is bad. The reality check is really right now. And I know I'm not the only one. Yes, we all are sharing different stories of suffering, different story of loss. And I call it the cross, right? Because we all have some burdens, some heavy cross to carry, born out of love, and filled with suffering, reveals that God is close to us in our brokenness, in our suffering, in our hardships. He's here, guys, and Dios está aquí. This is God is here in Espanol. And sometimes we lost sight of trusting God. And our own human strength breaks is when we had to surrender. We had to focus on saying, God, come to this crazy chaos, step into my life, take over, and have 110% reliance on God. That's what I'm doing. And I think I'm trying to infiltrate that to my husband because he's in the midst of the desperation of that tragic news that he just got on Monday. And it's very hard. It's sad. I'm trying to radiate love. And I know in those heavy moments, guys, feel impossible to our own existent to our own rational because they are meant to be carried with him, carry with God. We have to carry this cross with him, no alone. That was never the intention from the Lord for us to be suffering like that. Suffering through love. Yeah. And guys, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a theology student. I'm just trying to share this message with you of my faith to encourage you to hold and trust in God's promise, because this is the only way I'm surviving this hardship, this heavy cross. We are absolutely going to be okay, but we have to take the cross with him. We're not alone. And anchored in the truth of the God's promise will give us a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and will direct you to what is the next step. Keep applying. Yes, we are going to keep applying to different jobs, but we have to trust and pray and fast and ask God for illumination, for wisdom, for direction. So I'm wishing you a peaceful, blessed, restful weekend. But I also want to tell you that I'm sincerely and praying for you to find the next best thing in your role. Be the best you can. Be blessed. Jana.